Welcome to Horror Cinema Obsession. Here, we dive deep into the chilling depths of horror cinema, from the critically acclaimed scares to the laughably ludicrous, and even the delightfully obscure. Now, let's join our hosts, Richard and Angelus, as they share their love, laughs, and sometimes sheer disbelief at the world of horror movies.
All right. Hello. We got another exciting episode. This is Horror Cinema Obsession. I'm your host, Richard, and this is my beautiful co-host,
Angelus.
how you doing?
I'm good, Mon. How are you?
You're good? Oh, man. I'm feeling good, feeling gravy.
Gravy or groovy?
That's what the kids say, gravy. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Sure, gravy.
No, I'm feeling pretty good. We busted open the horchata.
Horchata liquor?
Yeah, it's fucking good. What is it? Carvana?
Caruva,
baby.
Horchata cream liquor.
It is good, man. So it's the Christmas weekend. I'm pretty excited about it.
So we're starting the episode. We don't know how it's gonna end.
We're gonna see. We got the whole bottle here. We've already polished half of it. So
we're super ghetto. We don't have like an ice bucket, so we have a mixing bowl
with ice in it, baby.
Bottle and our ice.
Hey, man.
It works.
We're in Hilliard. We're Hilliard folks here in Spokane.
We're in Nevada Heights. Thank you very much.
Pretty much the border, all right? It's the poverty zone. Oh, my God.
I'm just living it up, man.
I love it. I love our digs. Anyways, we got an exciting episode, man. I'm excited for this one. Finally,
you are?
we get something that was in the 2000s. And do you want to tell the folks what it is?
Bum-ba-da-dum. Final Destination Uno.
Yeah,
we gotta clarify.
Final Destination, which is funny because it wasn't streaming anywhere. It was on. I had to rent it from Google.
Yeah.
So if you do want to watch it with us, or if you want to watch it real quick and then listen to the episode, it was $4, $4.35. But that being said, it was funny because the trailer was not the original trailer.
They kept showing the trailer for 2.
No, it wasn't even 2. It was 2009.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Both places that we tried to look for the trailer, whatever the 2 streaming things were, it kept showing a different trailer than this.
Well, it kept showing the same trailer, but for the 2009 one, I'm like, what the fuck, man?
I was like, that's not right.
But anyways, yeah, I was kind of bummed. This is the second movie so far in the last couple weeks. Had to rent.
You're bummed about that?
Yeah, man, we got a million subscriptions.
Remember when we used to go to Blockbuster and rent them?
Dude,
there?
that's a whole different thing. And I wasn't a Blockbuster guy. I was a Hastings.
Yeah,
or
buddy.
Hollywood Video, baby.
Ooh.
Blockbuster was the last resort.
Really?
Only because, but they would have the most collections of things. But man, Hastings was cool hangout, and Hollywood Video had the classics. So they had to have new ones, but they didn't have as much inventory on the new ones. But you could find your freaking classics. That's where I got all the old school, like Nightmare on Elm Street growing up. That's where I got the Friday the 13th.
Oh,
Halloween. I got all that stuff. Black Christmas, since it's Christmas time. I seen that.
I got
another one. My Bloody Valentine was another one that Hollywood Video had that I wouldn't have found at Blockbuster at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think my place was Hastings because it was cheaper. Too. And then they had a lot of cool shit in there that you could go look around. And then it was like the ones that you could buy that used to be rentals, but it was like, it's like your little golden treasure.
So real quick, do you remember Hastings Case?
The Hastings Case?
It was a real motherfucker to get those tapes out of them.
I don't remember.
Like, it wasn't like Blockbuster who had the good case where you open it. It was the one where you had to like somehow open the bottom because it was one whole case, like plastic cover.
Okay.
And it would scratch the hell out of your hands when you try to get the VHS tape out. You remember that?
I only rented fucking Blu-rays from them, not VHS.
Oh, shit. That was like just a few years ago. I'm talking about fucking, well, I guess you weren't here in the 90s, but early 2000s.
Senor. We weren't renting.
Damn.
Oh,
well, VHS.
You know where we used to
Anybody, please reach out if you know what I'm talking about. The plastic case where it just scratched the hell out of your hands and you had to like try to get the tape out of it.
We used to in Moses Lake. There was it was a grocery store. And then it was a Mexican grocery store. And then in the back, they had a rental section of all the Mexican movies. All the classics.
Is that where you guys rented?
Yeah. So we would go there because they had all the movies in Spanish, like Pepito, La India Maria, and all of them.
Yeah.
So we would go there. You would get a few little snacks and knickknacks and then go to the back and just rent from them. Because they had them in Spanish. Because nowhere else, they didn't have... I think there was the Blockbuster, but they didn't have movies in Spanish.
Oh, and back then I don't even remember.
And back then it wasn't common to have so many movies dubbed or anything else of that matter.
So that was the cool part here. The Hollywood movies, they would have foreign tapes. Now, they didn't have a robust selection, but every now and then you would get a fucking cool film that it would be dubbed over, but it was foreign, but it was intense. Like, that was a lot of the horrors that we'd watch too, was like that, where we'd discover that kind of stuff. Where now we take it for granted. Streaming, we get all this. But back then you had to dig for that shit. You had to look, and you had to talk to usually the teenager that worked there. And you had to ask them like, yo, what's the good shit? Like, don't give me this fucking polished turd.
Oh, I didn't ask them.
I always did because they knew. They're like, oh shit, we got you covered, bro. And they would give you it. I just remember doing that as a 13-year-old, 12-year-old, and they're like, oh shit, we'll hook you up, dog.
I would just walk around and I was like, this looks interesting.
Yeah. I love doing that too, but like to get the real shit, because sometimes they don't even have it out. They used to not have it out in the public. We're like, okay, we got you. Here it is.
Damn, that was a thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's how I seen like one of the third installments of Faces of Death.
No fucking wonder if they weren't going to have it out there on a shelf.
My mom was like, oh yeah, okay. Is that a scary movie? Okay.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's put it in the cart.
But anyways, that was a fun walk down memory lane.
And then it was fun. They had that old fucking candy. Remember it looked like a bottle of lotion, but it was sour. Jelly candy. Just liquid.
What?
Blockbuster and shit. Like, you go to cash out and they always have like the random ass candy up
front. Yeah, the expensive ass fucking candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Nuts. Or you could get a single bag of popcorn.
I know, for fucking $10 and a kidney.
Was it $10?
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
It was not that expensive back then. It was
something ridiculous, dude. Although we were poor, so everything was kind of expensive to us. It was a real luxury to rent movies.
I watched this at the movie theater.
Hey, man, that's one thing my mom didn't spare. Like, that was the cool part. Always got to go to the theater.
Oh, I didn't. I remember I got invited on a date in like 6th grade, and my dad was like, with a boy, never.
You know, what? I would probably do that now. Like, fuck that. Vienna, I'm going to go on a date. Nah, dog.
She's going on dates.
I know. I don't like it. Weird.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
You question her concerned. Before she's allowed to go to the concert.
I do. Bet you have to, man.
That's weird.
Is it?
Don't have kids, people. It's a lot of stress.
Yes. It's weird. You want to give them a little, but at the same time, you got to be cautious.
Okay, back to the movie. I think the booze is talking.
No, but seriously. No, but Final Destination, it was released March 17th, 2000. The budget of this movie, it had a production budget of $23 million. In 2000, that's a pretty good chunk of change. And then its domestic gross, so what it earned in the States, it earned approximately $53.3 million in the United States. That's pretty hefty.
Mm-hmm.
And then globally, this thing took off. It made $112.9 million, making it a commercial success and launching a very popular franchise.
Did you see that it was on the top 3 for the first 2 weeks?
Was it?
Mm-hmm. And then it dropped to number 7 on the 3rd week.
What was it battling in 2000?
I don't know, but it lasted in theaters for 22 weekends. That's a lot. Now I feel like they release movies for like 3 weekends and then they're gone.
Top movies in 2000. I'm Googling this shit. Oh, shit, dude. The Grinch. I had to battle The Grinch, Gladiator, Requiem of a Dream.
Ooh.
Road Trip. Fuck, dude.
Road Trip?
Yeah, that has Stifler in it. Sean William Scott, coincidentally. Dude, The Perfect Storm?
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck, dude. It had to fucking...
In March of 2000?
These are just movies in 2000, so... Yeah, it's some bangers, dude. As far as horror movies go, I'm not seeing too
many.
Yeah. What Lies Beneath those adult thrillers? Fuck. Harrison Ford. Ooh wee. And then Urban Legend, dude. But Final Cut. Ew. Scary Movie that came out in 2000.
Ooh, dude, I love scary movies.
American Psycho. So, I mean, there was some good ones that came out. Blair Witch 2, shout out.
Have you seen? I haven't watched it still.
Yeah. Ooh, Leprechaun in the Hood, dog. I remember that. That was a good one. I'm just going through the movies. Sorry, guys. I'm going in a rabbit hole. Pitch Black. That's a good one. But anyways, so it held its own. It finished number 3.
It did finish It was number 3 for 2 weeks. But the fact that it's remained in movie theaters for 22 weekends, that's all mind blown.
That's impressive.
That's 3 months?
So, yeah.
Almost.
So it's what?
Sorry. The math is just running in my head.
What'd you say, weeks? How many weeks?
I think 5 months. That's 20 weeks.
That's pretty good.
So 5.5 months.
Almost half the year.
Yeah.
So did you read, like I read, the origins of this story, this movie?
It was supposed to be an episode on the fucking X-Files.
I know. I thought that was cool. I kind of want to see a version of this done with the X-Files because I can see Agent Mulder and Scully investigating this.
Scully.
Because the FBI agent Shrek, and what was the other guy in this movie? Could have been them.
Yeah.
So I would have dug that. That would have been
like,
cool.
I don't know. Everybody's just dying and something is happening, so we must figure it out.
Have you ever seen X-Files?
Fuck yes, I love the X-Files, man.
Oh, okay. You just explained it weird.
Why?
We must figure it out.
They would. They would like find this weird case and they were like, oh no, aliens. And then they would go and look around and poke and investigate.
They do exist.
And they lived in the basement because nobody could know about it.
Yeah. Okay. What's up?
Yeah, that's what's up. Thoughts fucking what's up?
Wow. Hey, man. You're up here? I need you down here.
No, I like being up here.
But no, yeah, so it's origins, and we'll talk about the director, James Wong, who was connected to the X-Files. So he got the story, and he's like, fuck this shit. X-Files ain't getting this. I'm leaving, and I'm doing my directorial debut with this movie.
And it fucking spun out.
Which is great, in my opinion. And then I'm trying to look through the notes.
The series noteworthy for antagonist that is not stereotypical.
So, did you know the movie's original title? Did you see what that was?
Yeah, I wrote it down.
It's Flight 180. Yeah. Named after the doomed flight in the story, it was later changed to Final Destination, much better, to better reflect the theme of avoiding death. I like Final Destination. That is a fucking name.
Yeah, it would have restricted its audience. I don't think I would have gone out of my way to watch Flight 180, and it wouldn't have been able to open the door for all the movies that followed.
You wouldn't have known, yeah. Flight 182. Because
how would you connect them? Yeah.
So again, but what was a cool part of that too was with this movie, not to give away too much of the movie, but realistic plane explosion. The airplane crash sequence was modeled after real-life crashes, including the TWA Flight 800 disaster in 1996. The filmmaker used actual crash footage to create authenticity. That's a little sick. But you know what? I think it paid off, honestly. For 2000, for what the graphics, CGI and stuff were. I mean, there was some campy CGI in there, don't get me wrong. But a lot of that, man, that initial plane explosion, I was digging it, man. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's not up to spec of today's graphics, but it worked for me, and I just watched it. Like, this last time it worked for me.
Okay.
It worked for you?
Yeah.
One blood splattering and then the fucking people flying out of the plane.
Yeah, it wasn't as, like, obvious or gross as other CGI I've seen.
Yeah. Or...
Not gross, but you know what I mean.
Or... As this franchise continues too, it gets pretty intense.
Worse.
Did you know the Grim Reaper made a cameo?
No.
Yeah, the shadowy reflection seen in some of the scenes, like the bathroom mirror and the bus windshield, the dude's car on the railroad tracks, the tea kettle.
Oh, okay.
There's a little reflection.
I saw shadows, but I didn't get that it was supposed to be the Grim Reaper.
It subtly represents the presence of death. The Grim Reaper. I thought of that.
I thought it was just death, not the Grim Reaper.
Oh, I was going Grim Reaper, dog.
Oh, okay, dog.
Yeah.
I think that's a cultural thing, but it's okay.
Wait, you didn't have the Grim Reaper in Mexico?
No.
What'd you have?
La muerte.
Oh.
Just death.
Just death? Oh, well,
I mean, it is a
Grim
figure.
Reaper.
La Santa Muerte, but that's its own niche.
Its own?
Mm-hmm. People pray to it. No, people pray to the Saint Death to do shit for them, like as saints. So we gotta add a candle of that to your collection.
The death candle?
Mm-hmm.
We'll light that every Halloween.
It's death. It's a skeleton. I think
I've seen candle?
I've seen it in some places, and it has like a black robe, hood, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't know.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know. When I think of Grim Reaper, I think of like how you guys picture a skeleton with, what is it called? The thing it carries around?
The staff?
Yes, that.
Okay.
And I just was not seeing that in the movie.
Oh. I got it. I got the shadowy thing. Let's see. Trying to look through this. So the bus death scene when Terry dies, the girl, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but you know this scene was inspired by a similar scene. You probably haven't seen this movie. I bet you'd like it though. Meet Joe Black.
No.
Anthony Hopkins, Brad Pitt, 1998. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure that's how Brad Pitt's character meets his demise. Is the bus. Yeah. Or not Brad Pitt, but like, cause he's death himself, but I forgot. I forgot who the person was. It wasn't. For some reason, I was picturing him. Oh, it is his character.
It is?
Death takes his body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, unused endings. Did you know this wasn't the original ending of this movie?
I heard a little bird talk about it.
Who?
The bird's name starts with an R.
That bastard. No, so the original ending, and I think I would have liked this better, had Alex sacrificing himself to save Clear and Carter. Test audiences found it unsatisfying, so a new ending was shot where Alex survives but remains in danger. Dun, dun.
Bum, bum, bum.
So I get why they did it, because this is kind of like a typical slasher trope, is at the end, the bad guy jumps out typically.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not you know what I mean? It's not the ending. Like there's to be continued type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's how they did it with this. I thought it was clever. I thought it was cool. But I think this would have been cool as a standalone. Although I will say the franchise moving forward is fun. So it loses story, but the deaths at some point it just becomes, okay, how can we up the ante with the deaths? How creative can we get? So it's kind of like the Saw movies. How creative can we get with these things? Mm-hmm. That's what ends up turning into. But I like this movie, and I kind of think of it as a standalone because it does have story. It does focus on the characters, where the other ones have the characters, but they're very shallow. You notice that? And maybe I'm thinking of them differently, but
I don't know.
I feel like this one is more invested in the characters.
It very much is. I like this franchise as one of my favorite ones because they go pretty fast from the beginning. There's always something.
The pacing.
You're just like have so much anxiety the entire movie because they always keep pointing you at things of everything that can go wrong. So it just keeps you on your toes the entire time. Like, oh shit, is it going to be this? Or is it going to be that's doing the killing? I mentioned this one. I don't know. It was a little slow at times when they're going into this deep character developments and, oh no, let me figure this out. I think
watching it originally, like we just watched it. I haven't watched this movie in 20 years.
Okay.
So watching it, what was it, Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
We watched it Tuesday or Wednesday, and I was entertained throughout.
Okay.
Now, the second time around, when we just watched it a couple hours ago,
yeah,
that was more of a slog fest.
Okay.
Where it's a pretty fast movie, though, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Plane crash, and then you just see death, climax. So it is like a pretty quick movie, but you're right. When you know the character buildup and the arcs and everything,
yeah,
it is slower. It's like, oh, okay, speed up.
Just get to the killing. We don't need to be chasing Alex through the forest.
But if you've never, that scene's fucking dope. But he almost gets impaled. That's tight.
Yeah, but then the rest, it was just running and chasing. Yeah. And he paddles on a lake.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
Ta-da.
But at the same time, it's when you don't know that stuff, it's great to watch. You enjoy it, for me at least. But when you
Maybe
do
that's
know
our
it,
problem.
it's
We've been watching these movies like twice in a week.
What do you mean?
And then you're like, oh, I don't like it as much. Where you watch it the first time and it's been a while and you really enjoy it, and the second time you're like, oh.
So you're saying maybe limit it to one-time watches?
I don't know.
Ooh. Can you get all your notes in one watch?
Yeah, because I can type for the most part and watch.
Okay. But you miss all the nuances.
I'm not looking at the computer when I'm typing.
I like watching the movie a couple times because I see things that I otherwise wouldn't see. And I have new revelations about movies.
New revelations, the way you put your arms.
What?
You're like, revelations.
Yeah. Just saying, dog.
Oh, you can just YouTube that, Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see, one thing that I found interesting was the first draft of this movie, the survivors were all supposed to be strangers. But at the time, teen slashers were popular, so they rewrote it with teens.
So I think this movie could have worked both ways. I think it would have been an interesting story with strangers, but I like the story that they made up with the teenagers. I thought that works. You got to think about the demographic. Who's going to see this movie? It's not adults.
Or 40-year-old parents.
So we're a different trend, right? We're going to go see it because we're nerds. But like at the time, people that go see movies are teenagers and young adults.
In their 20s.
Yeah, exactly.
Early 20s.
Exactly. So Final Destination, I do have, I think, an interesting take on this.
Spit it out, man.
It has inspired and intertwined with various urban legends and myths, contributing to its cultural impact. And then I have some urban legends and real life events that align with the movie's themes. Do you want to hear them?
Throw him out.
So Final Destination moments in real life. Final Destination moment became part of pop culture, referring to near misses or sudden eerie accidents. Fans begin attributing strange events to movies' concept of fate and inevitable death examples. Some of the examples include highway accidents. Many people report feeling uneasy when driving behind log trucks, citing the infamous pileup scene in Final Destination 2. The sequence is so iconic that it heightened awareness of road safety, though it's mostly psychological association. I will say this is a real thing. I put this to the test. People that don't like horror movies ever, and probably haven't even seen Final Destination 2, know the log scene.
It's a cultural phenomenon.
It really is. Everybody knows it. They're like, oh, I don't want to be behind this log.
Yeah, you're going to get fucking impaled.
So everybody, it's weird that everybody, like, even if you haven't seen it, you know about it. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Even today, 20 plus years later after that movie came out. That's fucking insane.
It's a monster.
There's people I work with that he's like, oh, there's one guy in particular, I won't name names, but he's like, oh, I don't like horror movies. And then I asked him, I'm like, hey, do you know like semis and like carrying logs? He's like, oh yeah, you never drive by those.
But why?
You don't want to start a pile up. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you know that? And then another one, so highway accidents and then falling objects. A viral story from 2013 involved a man narrowly avoiding death when a giant sheet of ice fell off a building, landing inches away. Social media users immediately labeled it as Final Destination moment. So that's where the pop culture came in. Is social media. Hash brown, Final Destination moment.
I feel like if I find myself at times doing that, I'll see something and I'm like, oh shit, that was a Final Destination moment.
I do that after the bathroom, like intense bowel movement. I'm like, whoa, Final Destination movement.
You almost poop yourself to death. What were you saying? Protruding?
Prolapse asshole? I have a prolapse asshole?
No.
Doesn't look like I sat in gum, you weirdo.
No, I said, is that a Final Destination moment?
No, because you don't die. I mean, I guess your asshole got murdered by someone.
You stupid. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so here's my second thing with urban legends. So premonitions of plane crashes. Now, when I was digging, I found this out. I was like, oh, this is interesting. The movie's premise resonates with urban legends about people's dreaming of sensing impending disasters. So, have you ever heard of the Aberfan disaster, 1966?
No.
Days before a coal slide disaster in Wales, it killed 144 people. The interesting part of this, though, is several children reportedly had nightmares about this event. One girl even described being buried under a black mountain.
Damn.
Days before this happened.
I've heard of weird shit like that where, like, something will happen and someone will come forward and be like, I had a dream about that.
But no. This isn't after the fact. This was before.
No, I know.
Reports before it happened, not after.
People were just coming forward and being like, I had this weird
Kids
dream.
were saying they're having nightmares about this.
And then shit happened.
Yeah. Isn't that fucking weird?
That is weird.
That's creepy. And then there was Flight 191 in 1979. The tragic crash of American Airlines Flight 191 has fueled stories of premonitions. Several passengers reportedly hesitated to board, but did so anyway due to fear of being irrational. So they had an uneasy feeling, but they did it anyways. So that being said, are you going to do that? Or are you going to ignore your gut?
I'm going to ignore it and get on.
Wow. You're going to follow the fish downstream, huh?
And be like, well, they're professionals. They know what they're doing. And if we die, we die. I don't know.
I guess.
You're going to die at one point, so.
Yeah. So YOLO?
YOLO. You just told me a fucked up joke, so.
Oh, yeah. So I don't want to die alone. That's why
took me a second.
That's why I got my pilot's license.
Stupid.
Let that sink in, guys.
That
That was so funny earlier. I should have saved your reaction for the pod.
I was like, huh?
And I was like, oh, you don't get it. And you're like, oh.
Dark.
Good joke, buddy. So another one that I have is the curse of the number 180 due to this movie. Flight 180 and Final Destination became an eerie symbol for fans. The number 180 is often associated with the bad luck and impending doom. Fans have reported seeing 180 on clocks, receipts, or license plates before accidents or close calls. Some believe it's a supernatural warning to change their actions, much like in the movie. I don't know if I believe this one. Maybe I'm calling bullshit. It's kind of like when you go into a haunted house. You already have the disposition of it being haunted, so it's elevated. No. And if you want to see it, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's not a random thing. That's something they're going in thinking
They're
about.
looking for it.
Exactly. Speaking of haunted houses, haunted elevators. After the gruesome elevator death, and I keep bringing up Final Destination 2, many urban legends about haunted or dangerous elevators gained traction. Tales of elevators suddenly falling, doors trapping people or ghostly apparitions spiked after the film. One infamous story involves a malfunctioning elevator in Chile that rapidly ascended 31 floors before crashing, killing the passengers.
My Atlanta.
Imagine that. I just, it looks like I've got about 4 more. Okay. Can you bear with me? Mm-hmm. The death omen theory. Have you heard of this?
No.
So the idea that certain objects or even foreshadow or events foreshadow death mirrors the movie's theme. So common examples include black cats, a symbol of bad luck and impending misfortune, right? You've heard that.
Yes, and it's very upsetting.
Breaking mirrors, said to bring 7 years of bad luck, often linked to accidents. And then unlucky numbers. And can you guess?
7, 13.
7, 13, and
66. I don't know.
666. Believed to invite tragedy. I feel like your family has no black cats, no breaking mirrors. Yeah, right. Because your aunt came over. Oh, I thought it was.
Don't put me under the There's a couple people that way no. There's been a couple people that are like, oh my gosh, she has a black cat. I'm like, Wesley's a fucking princess.
She is my princess.
She does nothing wrong other than peep when she's throwing tantrums sometimes, but she's gotten better.
I don't know. I love my cat. And then we have number 6, freak accidents and strange coincidences.
Can I talk about the numbers for a second?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's weird because, right?
I'm going to mix myself a drink. Continue.
It's to me, I find it weird because you would see it. Oh, shit, it's stuck. Normal that people would avoid 13 in their personal lives. But there's like legit buildings that will not put a floor 13 or will not put there's hotels that will not have a 13th floor. They will not have a 13th room. And just businesses and offices and regular, and they just won't, they'll skip from 12 to 14.
I've heard of like when tragedies happen in a certain room or a certain number, they just do away with it. Yeah. I think that adds to the fucking history though. To the
mystery and the what are you calling it?
It fuels the imagination.
Yeah, like, oh my god, it's so bad they got rid of it. Yeah, I've heard of that.
What are some unlucky numbers in Mexico?
The same, 13.
Really?
And then nobody likes 666.
Really? What about 999?
It's the devil's number, man. It's the number of the beast. Remember the omen?
Yeah.
He has 3 6s on his head.
Do it all for you, Damien. This is for you.
I had a friend when we were in high school, and she also grew up Catholic. And her birthday was on June 6th. And then we were in school in 2006. And I was like, oh my God, Gladys, you fucking beast. Because your birthday is on 666. And she's like, oh my God, you guys, I'm going to die.
Fucking Gladys. What's she up to now?
She's not like, dead. She's alive.
Oh, man. Sweet baby Jesus.
She survived her 666 year birthday.
Oh, my God. Okay, number 6, freak accidents and strange coincidences. The franchise popularized the idea that small, random events can cascade into disaster, a concept often linked to real-life urban legends. Ooh. So I've tracked down a couple of them.
Okay.
So have you heard of this one? The lawn chair balloon incident of 1982.
No.
A man strapped 45 helium balloons to a lawn chair, floating into controlled airspace and causing panic. Now, calm down. It was not fatal.
This seems like a really fucking stupid idea.
It is. It's retarded. Oh, excuse my language. It's dumb. Sorry, I shouldn't use that word. But it's cited as a Rube Goldberg-like moment similar to the movie. It's just stupidity. Why would you do that?
Just to cause chaos.
It's insane. What do you die? The air gets pretty thin up there, too. Huh. Interesting.
He was testing the waters.
Interesting.
I think he had a death wish.
And then the second thing I found was, and I don't know, I didn't see actual factual things. This is just an urban legend. I don't know if it's real, but you tell me. The Javelin accident So I've heard this when I was in high school.
Okay.
And this is right around the time I was in high school.
Oh my God.
So in 2006, an urban legend tells us of a high school athlete impaling himself with a javelin after tripping over his shoelaces.
Damn.
Real or fake? I couldn't find anything that's real, so I think some kids made it up.
No. There was a freak accident like that recently that happened last year in Chile. There was a kid. It was all over the news. He didn't trip on his shoelaces, but they were outside running track and he collapsed and like the goalie fell on him or something, or he tripped on the goalie. And I can't remember if it landed him or something, but he died like instantly. And it was just something that you wouldn't expect from just being outside on the field, running track or whatever the hell they were doing. It was like something harmless.
That's crazy. So maybe the javelin thing is a real thing. This sounds fucked up, but I kind of want to. I wish I was there to see it.
Oh my God!
Like, whoa! Did you just see Ted? Oh my God! He just got impaled.
The science, hard science, stupid.
We're sick.
Richard has a thing where something is not real unless it's hard science.
Oh, dude, I gotta see it for the most part for my eyes, or I need factual statements about it.
So there's argument, or there's like a debate now. And the convincing point at the end is, Richard, it's hard science. Just to drill it home. And then you're satisfied.
No way. I need to understand it. It needs to make sense.
It's magic, babe.
Okay.
Here's
the number 7. Prophetic dreams and premonitions. Now, many urban legends involve people claiming to foresee their own deaths, much like Alex in Final Destination, right?
I got a story to tell you. Go on.
Okay. Well, tell me if you've heard this. Abraham Lincoln reportedly dreamed of his assassination days before it occurred.
Damn, Gina.
Isn't that crazy? If that is real, I don't know. You know how shit changes in history.
Mm-hmm.
Americans don't exactly tell history 100%. But if this did happen, that is trippy as fuck. And then Mark Twain predicted his death would coincide with Halley's Comet. And he passed away the day after its closest approach in 1910.
Damn.
Again, I don't know how accurate this is.
It really happened.
Because we tend to tell the human race, not just Americans, the human race tend to tell.
So I heard a thing about the science behind memory. So your memories are really, really skewed and they're not accurate at all. Sorry, everybody. But essentially...
Well, that's why you can't really, in court, when eyewitness testimony, it's proven that it's not the most accurate thing.
So I can't remember the exact percentage of how much of what we tell in a story is real and how much of it is fiction. But because your brain retains only so much of memory that actually happens, and then the rest, it just fills in the gaps with how you think you remember it, not how it actually happened.
I believe that 100%. In my mind, I make awesome dramatic scenes.
You make awesome.
Do you think so?
You make awesome dramatic scenes?
You think so? Like I spin a story. It could be a whole story of like going to get milk.
I can't tell sometimes when you're lying or not. I swear, when I first met you, and I was like, "Oh my God, this guy is delusional a little bit sometimes."
What the
fuck?
Then
sometimes you just like come in all serious, and you start telling me about this shit, and then you start going and you laugh and you make it so believable, and I'm like, "Wait, did this really fucking happen?"
Yes,
and you'll end up with like a crazy punchline. I'm like, "No, you're fucking lying. There's no way."
Sometimes I just go on a riff and I make myself laugh. I'm like, "That's fucking hilarious."
If it happened like that, it would be funny.
You make me sound like I'm crazy.
Sometimes you make me feel crazy.
What do you mean?
I'm kidding. No, but sometimes the way you tell stories and you're telling a joke and you're just like making up a fucking story to make me laugh, but the way you tell it can be very convincing. I'm like, wait,
you
no,
don't laugh? You don't think it's funny?
I'm processing in my head as you're telling me stories sometimes, because you're like, you're never gonna believe what happened. I went to the store today, and I'm like processing it really hard and trying to catch the facts, and I'm like, did it really happen, or is he just fucking with me right now?
Sometimes I'm fucking with you, but sometimes legit shit happen. I'm like a magnet to fucking assholes, man. Situations happen, and sometimes, you know me, I don't have a filter, so I go hard.
Anyways, my story on your last theory, what was it called?
prophetic dreams and premonitions.
So it's not necessarily a premonition, but like in the urban black underground stories of the Catholic religion.
Urban legends?
No, I don't know, I guess. Apparently, who was it? My grandma told me. She said that there's a prayer, a specific prayer that if you pray it every single day to a saint before you die, it'll come and knock on your bed 3 nights before you actually pass away.
Whoa.
But you have to pray it every single day. And then 3 days before you die, it comes in and knocks on your bed frame or on your nightstand. Just to let you know that you're going to pass away. And I was like, why the fuck would anybody want to know when you're dying? So a lot of
people, like, this is an honest one, like, in that culture, like, Lady, like, Guadalupe would be one that you pray to.
Yeah.
And then she's going to guide you to the afterlife?
No, it wouldn't be Lady Guadalupe.
Oh, who would it be?
I can't remember.
Who are you praying to?
It's a saint, but there's, like, a specific prayer that if you pray this prayer, the saint will let you know before you actually die. So it'll give you a heads up that you're about to die in 3 days. And you'll hear a little knock. But I was like, who came up with this prayer? Who checked that it was true? And why would you want to know? I don't want to know when I'm going to die for 3 days. I would just...
This is riveting, and it's not just the word shot.
I wouldn't be able to, like... go on about my normal life after that. I feel like I would be too anxious just thinking of
Well, you got to think about this. In 3 days, typically you're probably on your deathbed. You're not doing too hot. You're just kind of laying there.
No. Because what if you're still pretty young and you're just going to have an early death? I'm not saying you're on your like deathbed because you're like 100.
But why are you praying to someone?
That's what I'm saying. Why would anybody want to know when you're dying?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like 3 days ahead, because I feel like for the rest of the remaining 3 days, I would just torture myself. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't do this with my life. I should have done this, but then I didn't, and now I have 3 days, and I can't do anything about it. I can't go back.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Fuck it.
Okay, last one. We gotta get moving. Riveting stuff.
I know.
So the last one, and we've talked about this before on other episodes, and sometimes we call bullshit on it. But
what is it?
Urban legends about cursed productions. Can you guess one that we talked about probably pretty in depth?
That was cursed?
Yes, cursed productions.
The Exorcism?
We covered.
We haven't covered it, but there's people that say, excuse me, that it was cursed.
No, a movie we've covered.
We've covered?
Oh my!
I can't remember. I'm blanking right now. Just tell me.
Caroline.
Oh, yeah. Poltergeist.
Yeah. So Poltergeist claims but this one's the first one. We covered 3. Poltergeist claims real skeletons on the set and ultimately deaths of the cast members. And then we have The Omen 1976. Stories of a freak accidents and unexplained deaths haunted the production. But anyways, that's what I have with urban legends tied to the movie Final Destination.
Snap clap. Good job, Richard.
Yeah, I don't know. Useless information, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed looking that stuff up. So
riveting stuff. Don't walk under a ladder either, because that's also bad luck. Right?
Don't open an umbrella inside.
Don't show your groom your wedding dress.
Don't eat meat after 4 days.
You learned tonight. If it looks weird, oddly colored, throw it away.
So, moving on. What do we have?
Dun, 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 dun.
So, do we want to take a break real quick?
You need to recollect yourself?
No, we're about 46 minutes in. Should we just take a quick break?
Sure.
Okay. We will be right.
Goodbye.
All right, we're back, folks. Thanks for letting us take that quick break. We had to fill up on our horchata liquor. Again, sponsor Caruva
horchata.
Yep.
Non-sponsor. It came out of our pocket, man.
Oh, but I thought they mailed it to us.
But
that's delish. Right. It was buzz balls.
But those things are dangerous.
Dude, talk about dangerous.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. We got chocolate. Are they both chocolate?
Chocolate chillers and hazelnut.
Oh, yeah. And then we got a bottle of the other cream liquor thing. I can't remember what it's called.
Did we get something for our coffee, too? We're real. Oh, is it? We put this in our coffee? I thought we got like Bailey's or something.
It's not Bailey's. It's like it's like a traditional cream liquor from somewhere.
Oh, my name's Richard. I like to party.
My name is Angeles, and I like to party.
Yeah.
No, you don't party. Only I party.
I like to party. Okay.
We like to party.
Anyways, we're back.
We like to party.
I had an interesting...
Bianna doesn't party.
No.
Sorry. Go on.
She's a child.
She lives in a house full of alcoholics.
Hey, we're in the Al-Anon, okay? We're doing Alcoholics Anonymous, okay? I'm just kidding. We're not anonymous anymore.
Everybody knows.
I'm kidding. I hardly drink. But okay, getting back to this. I'm going to pose something and you might not agree with me, but I'm going to go on a branch here.
Serve.
Okay, what if I pose this? Death as the ultimate slasher villain.
Slasher villain?
And just one of the death as an icon. Horror icon.
Well, does it have a mask?
Nope.
It just has a hood and a staff, you said?
No, okay. So it's right up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mount Rushmore is what I'm trying to say. Like as far as franchises go, death as a villain. So we have Leatherface, we have Freddy, we have Jason, we have Chucky. We've got death in Final Destination.
Oh, okay.
And I have some arguments for this.
Okay.
Just thinking about it, I put this together. So these movies, if you look at it, it really has the slasher formula, how those movies go. So, but unlike traditional slashers like Halloween or Friday the 13th, Final Destination has no physical killer, right? Death is an omnipresent and inescapable presence, but it kills in an elaborate way, and hence the Rube Goldberg-like traps. So it has fun with it. Like the other killers, like Michael when he stabs that guy and tilts his head. You know, he's like an artist trying to like make his art, right?
Okay.
And then the lack of tangible antagonist flips the script on horror. You can't hide, fight back, or outsmart a force of nature.
Touche.
And then, so again, in these movies, death has a personality. Would you agree? Pretty witty, pretty smart. He's a smart ass. Because while death is unseen, it feels almost playful and vengeful. That's the vibe I got. Setting traps like a sadistic puzzle master, like Saw. You could discuss how, this could give him personality. For me, that's what I got out of it. Like a silent killer with a penchant for irony. What comes to mind is Terry's death immediately after you can drop dead. And then she just gets fucking like laid out.
You drop dead.
Yeah, exactly. No, you drop dead. Death's enjoying the game, or it's coldly following the rules of fate. Not bad?
No.
And then another thing is mortality and the cheating death trope. So the movie toys with the age-old question, can you cheat death? By presenting a scenario where the characters survive a tragedy, it suggests that they've disrupted a natural order. And the movie is arguing that death is inevitable and shouldn't be messed with, or is offering commentary on humanity's desperation to control the uncontrollable. Part of it, get you thinking, right? And also death's role in creating community.
Community?
Yeah.
Like trying to band together to survive it? Or?
So while the movie is about individuals fighting the fate, it also creates a strange community of survivors. These characters thrown together by chance must grapple with the same existential threat.
Okay.
I'm going to ask this. Does Final Destination suggest that facing the mortality together is the only way to survive the terror of isolation? It's a deeper thought.
I guess. Because they do, you see them at the end try to come together to brainstorm how to get around it.
After
at first, a few of them
after Alex, they were like, "What the fuck?"
They're like, "Shit's happening." They're like, "Wait, let's talk about this."
Yeah.
Regroup.
Well, they all kind of separated and didn't want to be
initially,
next to each other.
For like the first, like, what was it, 40 days or whatever?
39 days.
39.
Yeah. And then again, the last thing I have is the Final Destination formula as an allegory for life itself. In a broader sense, this movie could be read as a metaphor for how people cope with the inevitability of death. Like the characters, we constantly try to outmaneuver death through safety measures, plans, or rituals, but in the end,
we all fucking die.
Yeah, we all die. The humor and absurdity of deaths in the film might even suggest that life and death is chaotic and unpredictable. So why not just live while you can? Like our boy, I forgot his name in the car. Carter?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to die by his own rules.
Fuck yeah, man. You do you.
Yeah. So anyways, my thing is, even though the villain without a face, he's still an ultimate slasher, and I think he put together his playfulness and personality. Although
it's hard to show playfulness, you can see it a little bit way that it tries.
So with the Rube Goldberg death machines that it's doing, it's playing with you. Like the water on Todd, when he gets strangled, the dude's playing. The water's just slipping and going over.
Sliding
and
around.
Then it sucks back up when it kills him, and it looks like a suicide. Or what's another one?
The way at the end that it chases Claire all over the house.
Yeah, it's just a sicko having its sick fun.
Just fucking with her. And the dog.
Yeah, putting the dog in harm's way. Drowning Alex, drowning Devin Sawa, keeping him down by the tree.
Okay.
Well, that was pretty good. So what would you think? Do you think he should be on the Rushmore? Maybe it's a stretch because it really isn't a physical person. But I feel like it's very underrated.
So is he in every movie then?
Technically, yeah.
Because, all your other monsters, Freddy, Leatherface, Jason.
Well, according to the rules,
but ultimately death is the one that decides to take him, or they could survive.
According to the rules, everybody, it's its own. What do they say?
Are the villains or is Jason a pattern? What do they call it? The path?
Yeah, exactly. Their own.
A path, the
pattern or whatever.
Are they the pattern, the map that death set out? So is death like God to the villains?
Yeah, it's scripted. Everybody's death is scripted, man.
Gina,
in a sick plan.
And they're his little puppets.
Exactly. Think about
that.
So I don't know. I thought that was a pretty interesting take. I'm like, whoa.
You nerd.
And now I got to get a movie poster, Final Destination.
You nerd. Another movie poster? Are you kicking Hollow Man out?
No. So I do have another interesting take on this, but we don't have to. We can go to something else.
What's your final take?
Well, I have different takes too, but millennial anxiety and existential dread. Do you want to hear it?
Existential dread?
I think it's important. No, this movie, I think it's important. I grew up in this time, so I'm kind of remembering what it was like in that era.
Okay.
And then being a millennial myself, I kind of know it. So timing and the Y2K generation. So this movie was released in 2000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Final Destination hit during a period when fears of technological failure, Y2K, and impending disaster were pervasive. The randomness of death mirrors the growing realization that no amount of planning or control can prevent chaos. Discussion point here would be, does Final Destination feel like a precursor to a more grounded post 9/11 horror movies like The Strangers or Cloverfield?
I don't know.
Like, cause it's pretty intense. It's out there. It's dramatic, right?
Yeah.
Where those are intense and dramatic, but they're grounded. Like it's very isolated. You're isolated because you've seen Cloverfield, haven't you?
It was stupid.
And then The Strangers.
Yeah, I like The Strangers at the time. I don't know. I haven't seen it in like 10 plus years.
Also, the other thing that it does explore in this movie is survivor's guilt and death's rules.
Oh, yeah.
So this movie examines the burden of survival with Alex's premonitions saves lives, but it curses the survivors to live in fear and guilt. Mm-hmm. Each character grapples with the inevitability of death differently. Some accept it, others fight it, and some deny it altogether. Does this film explore the futility of fighting fate, or does it suggest that life's value comes from trying anyway?
I think trying anyway, man.
Yeah, that's just kind of what life is. You don't know. It could come today, tomorrow, in a minute.
You could trip and fall in your laundry.
Exactly.
And then
have a heart attack. Mm-hmm. While making sweet passion of love. I don't know.
How do you explain that? Wait, where it does...
Sure, it happens.
My heart got a little too excited.
And then I do want to ask you, does death play fair in this movie?
Oh, in this movie?
Yeah. Or in any movie, really.
I mean, I feel like death is like nature. Is nature ever fair? No, but it's going to do whatever it wants anyways. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
You guess? It doesn't matter whether we think
I guess with this movie, the franchise does set it up as an interesting set of rules for death and how it operates, but it often bends those rules.
Well, you gotta have
like
your
characters skipping their turn.
Yeah, your main characters.
Does the concept of cheating death add tension or undermine the movie's logic?
It undermines it.
You think so? Why?
Because that's not how real life works. You can't cheat death.
But you can try.
You can try, but it doesn't mean you're going to succeed. If it's your time, it's your time.
I feel like in this movie, though, they eventually catches up to him. You might cheat it for a second, but it's coming. It's coming, baby.
Yeah. Full on charge. No, it undermines it because the way that they cheat it sometimes is stupid. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's not realistic. Like, oh, your friend jumped and ducked, and now it skipped you, and now it's going to your friend to kill him.
Okay.
Like when Alex grabbed that fucking wire at the end.
Oh,
to save Claire, and he didn't die.
Yeah, he would have been fried.
Mm-hmm. He would have been a little chicken nugget.
Yeah. Okay, so my second part to that is death as justice or randomness. Now, some deaths feel like they're from karma, right?
Yeah.
While others are random. Examples for me are Carter's arrogance seems to draw death's wrath, while Billy's death feels purely circumstantial. So they happen to coincide with each other, right? Carter's like, fuck this. I'm going to blast through red lights. I'm going to stop on the railroad track.
No, to piss it off.
And now, because of that, though, he escapes it because Alex intervenes. But now it's random that, what's his name? Billy gets decapitated.
I thought he was next on the list.
It is, but it's like pure randomness where the other guy's wrath. It's like death's like, okay, motherfucker, you taunting me? You're going to die now kind of thing.
I guess it just had to get someone. So whoever was next on the list.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I feel like it's, what was the question? Whether it's random or justice?
Yeah.
I feel like it's random. It's not just because.
But is it delivering moral lessons, or is it a cold and impartial force?
It's a cold and partial force, man.
Think so? I think sometimes it's delivering some justice. Like, you're an idiot. You screwed up, so you die. Stupid things have stupid consequences. You do stupid things.
Well, I feel like it applies to some cases. Other cases where you hear of serial killers and serial whatever the fuck, they're out there torturing all these people.
That's cold and random.
And then they get caught, and then they go to jail. And then they live a long, happy life with a fucking warm bed and food. And at the end, they die of a heart attack or in their sleep. Yeah. So it's random. It's not really justice. Or sometimes instead of suffering whatever punishment they're supposed to go through in jail, they immediately die and they have a quick death. So they don't get to suffer at all. It's not fair.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And just to tie this all back to being a slasher... Real quick, I have a question, though. Is the lack of physical villain, so death you can't see, right? Yeah. You just see that shadowy figure. Physical villain more effective in creating suspense, or does it leave a gap in emotional investment? Like you can't invest as much. I don't know about you. That didn't have that for me. I thought it was more effective.
I feel like it was more effective because it's more realistic. Because in real life, you don't see it coming unless it's like a accident and you're going through it, right? Like a car accident and everybody's just piling up, then you can kind of see it. But I feel like it's more, God damn it, I lost my train of thought. Natural? Is that what I was saying? Because in real life, you don't see, like, yes, some people run into those horrible people that have the masks and they're crazy and they're coming for you, but that's not the case for most of us. Like you,
fair point.
You're taking a shower and there's what was it? The tropical storm that was happening on the West Coast, and then a tree falls on you while you're taking a shower. Now you're dead, stuck in your shower for days because the firefighters can get to you.
Or you got impaled in your ass.
You're stupid.
I'm kidding. I was stupid.
You just had to bring ass into the conversation.
So anyways, Final Destination might not have a killer in the traditional sense, but it creates a villain that's scarier because it's unstoppable, invisible, and inevitable. In a way, death isn't just a villain, it's the hero of its own story, ensuring balance in the universe.
It's a way of life.
Exactly. People gotta die, man.
That's how we restore the balance in the universe. So that way your soul can go into another baby.
Yeah, or or turtle, or a tree, or someone's anal bead.
Do you believe
I don't know,
in
man.
Resurrection?
Do you?
No.
I have a hard time believing in any of that kind of stuff, honestly.
You just
I would like to think, I think you see, sis. I think your mind, honestly, this is a true thing. I think your mind honestly shields you from what's happening. So if you lived a good life, your mind's going to give you that good, giveaway, right? The send off. If you lived a shitty life and you were a Ted Bundy, a Jeffrey Dahmer kind of asshole, you're going to live a terrible life at the end. It's gonna make your mind go somewhere dark.
I think you just return to energy into the universe.
Yeah.
You recycle. We are all, I want a tattoo. This is something about the cosmic universe and how we're all made out of dead star matter.
I thought you were gonna say we're all made out of someone's dead skin.
I don't know, maybe. Maybe your leather jacket is, but when you looked at me, I was gonna say something and I forgot. Oh, what was I going to say? You were talking about death.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking episode went into the rabbit hole of death and...
Naturally, though.
Naturally. Now it's going to bug me. What was I going to say?
I don't know. Think about it. But while you're thinking about it, think about this. How'd you like the cast?
I know 3 people from this cast.
You should know one for sure. He's off your favorite movie of all time, Idle Hands, Devon Sawa. And Casper.
I know. I didn't realize that was him until I read his name on the credits. I was
but Idle Hands. You love that movie. You bring that up all the time.
I just think it's a fun movie. When it came out.
I like Devon Sawa. He disappeared, though. He stopped acting for a while.
Yeah.
But he did do, anime. He did Hunter x Hunter, which is pretty cool.
What? He's in Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah.
Who is he in Hunter x Hunter?
I'm not sure. And...
I don't think it's the anime.
Hunter x Hunter? Yeah, it is.
I watched the shit out of that thing.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, let me see. Who was he in Hunter x Hunter?
And...
Oh, I wouldn't have known because I watched it in Japanese and I had it with the subtitles. It wasn't dubbed.
Maybe. I don't know. I just seen he has a credit for Hunter x Hunter. I assumed it was the animation.
Oh.
So his recent work, though, he was in Chucky, the TV series, in 2021 and to now.
So I don't know who he was on Chucky. I watched
I've never seen
everything but the last season.
I've never seen the TV series, so I don't know. Lord Pineapple, if you're listening, can you point that out for us?
It's your job to point out. Oh my gosh. Devon
Sawa.
Ta. Man, I still can't remember what it is that I was I was thinking about more salt, what character was this? I wonder if it's on the last season that I wasn't able to watch because oh no, it's an animated. No, it's not the anime. It's not the anime.
It's an actual movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a fur trapper in the wild with his family.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Mystery solved.
So yeah, we have Devon Sawa, we have Ali Larder as Clear Rivers.
I've seen her in a lot of things.
Now, I've seen her in a lot of things too. Varsity Blues. I remember particularly in Resident Evil franchise. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then Heroes.
Yeah, Heroes is where I remember her from.
Yeah. I like those two. And then, so Kerr Smith is Carter Horton. He's the asshole jock. I don't really remember him in anything, but I wouldn't have seen it.
He was in My Bloody Valentine, apparently.
And I don't remember that. But then also he's in Dawson's Creek. He played Jack Maphee. So I did look this up. One of the first openly gay teen characters in network TV.
Interesting.
And that was 1999 to 2002. That to me is fucking crazy. That's relatively like... That feels like yesterday, that. You know what I mean? Like we think we've progressed as a society, but that
so much, and
it tells you, in 2000 or like mid 90s to late 90s, Will and Grace really made it. They normalized being gay. Like there used to be gay
TV.
tropes. Yeah, there used to be gay tropes. Like there's something clearly wrong with you mentally until Will and Grace happened, where it showed you could be normal and be gay.
Yeah. You're a normal person, man.
So when I read that, I was just like, wow, 1999.
Brush your teeth and you wash your butt the same way.
Hey, man, I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you, okay? Anyways.
And you have the GOAT, Sean William Scott.
Hell yeah. How'd you feel about this one? He's barely in it.
I was surprised because I'm so used to seeing him playing like those roles.
My memory is I felt like he was a little more into it. He had a little more talking scenes. And I didn't realize how like big of an idiot he plays in this.
I don't know, guys. I just want to go home.
I thought he was an asshole, but he's not.
No, he's just.
But I guess I'm blending Stifler with this character.
Yeah.
So I totally watching this week. I was like, oh shit, I had this character all wrong.
Did you know he was in a music video for Aerosmith, "Hole in My Soul"? In '97.
What? No.
Yeah, he's in the music video.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's been on all the American Pie movies as the Stifler. And then I also love them in Dude, Where's My Car?
Fuck yeah.
Old School. Role Models. I didn't realize
Role Models, dude. It's hilarious.
He's done voices for Ice Age, the animated movies.
Oh, that's cool.
And then he was in Bloodline.
Okay. I have a movie that I love that a lot of people maybe haven't heard of or haven't seen in a while. It maybe fell on the radar. It's Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan. It's a buddy cop movie, and he is in it, and it's called Cop Out.
I think I've seen it.
We gotta fucking watch it. I love that movie so much, dude. I quote it quite a bit that I don't even realize it sometimes.
Is this streaming right now?
No, but I own the DVD. It's in our dresser right now.
Okay, and guess what? We have a
Blu-ray player. Sean William Scott's in the movie. He plays a cat burglar, and he ends up like he's jumping up and he's going to break into the house to get the baseball card that was stolen from Bruce Willis. And he jumps up and Tracy Morgan like says something, and Sean William Scott's going to say something to him. He turns and then he falls and breaks his neck.
What the fuck?
And he dies.
Oh my gosh.
It's hilarious. I'm explaining it dark, but it's funny how it works.
It's funny. He dies in the end. I feel bad. I read somewhere there was an interview with him saying that, I mean, a lot of us associate him with, his Stifler character, and that kind of put a really stumped his career because people just associated him as that character, and they did not want to give him a lot of other roles besides this type of character.
No, he got fucked. Problem is, he played a certain type. He either played an idiot or he played an asshole idiot. That's what happened to him. He got typecasted. Look at this film. It's a deviation from his character from Stifler, but not that far off.
No,
it's just a dumber version.
Stumbling around,
a nicer, dumber version of it. So it's kind of he got unlucky with the roles he was getting. He really did get typecasted.
I did see that's part of the reason, I guess, for a while he was taking a break from acting, because he was not getting roles that would take him seriously. We watched him in something recently. He was in Jackpot. Maybe that's what it was.
I don't think I watched that.
We did. I think it has John Cena in it.
Jackpot.
It's like on Netflix.
Oh, and something. On Prime.
Or Hulu. Yeah. I think Prime. Jackpot. Yeah, it has John Cena and what's her name?
Yeah, where they're trying to survive.
Yeah.
What? I can't remember a minute.
He plays a villain.
Oh, that's right. He ends up dying, doesn't he?
Maybe.
He has a quick scene. Do you have anything else on Sean William Scott?
No, that's it. I like him. He's a cool dude.
I like him a lot.
Like him a lot. And then we have Tony Todd as William Bloodworth.
Tawny? What?
Tony
Todd, R.I.P., baby.
R.I.P.
A legend. Candyman himself. I forgot he was in this movie. It blew my fucking mind when I seen the credits, like the intro. So...
yeah, he's in a lot of these. Now, like the first 3 or 4.
It's kind of... I didn't know that. So it's kind of hilarious. It's kind of weird, too. He plays the mysterious mortician who explains death's rules. He gives us the...
creepy vibes.
Yeah, but the deposition dump. So he gives us the rules. He's some sort of psychic. He talks to the dead, apparently. Like, he does all this because he knows everything about Alex.
He's and like, I'll be seeing you
soon with a smirk on his face and a boner. Like, it's like, come on, dude, you weirdo. But have you ever seen the Candymans?
No.
I remember them, and I haven't seen them since, God, in the 90s, but I just remember him being really creepy.
He was in Hatchet, Transformers.
He was in
Revenge of the Fallen. He does the voice for the Fallen. He was in a couple of Transformers.
Oh, shit.
And then he was in The Flash.
He was in The Rock. He played a villain in the action hit.
So he passed away this year. Yeah. There's a lot of movies that are coming out this year that he's in it. One of the ones that I saw and I want to go find is called The Devil's Disciples. It has a 9 out of 10 rating. Oh, shit.
I remember Night of the Living Dead, the remake, 1990.
Oh.
Tom Savini, our boy, directed it. Very cool. Tony Todd played the lead.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then we have Kristen Cloak as Valerie Luton, who was the teacher. And she was in 2 whole episodes of The X-Files back in 96 and 2018. And then Lady Bird, Millennium, which was a TV show. And then she was in Space Above and Beyond as well, which was another TV show. And the last character that I have is Amanda Detmere as Terry. And she's done more of like the romantic comedies like Drop Dead Gorgeous, Big Fat Liar, You, Me and Dupree. And then more recently, A California Christmas, City Lights.
Yeah. And we do have... I don't want to skip him over, but Chad Danella. He plays Todd Wagner. He's one of the brothers who survives.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't have much. What I have for notable filmography is Saw 3D in 2010. Never saw it. And just because I don't like those movies, they're pretty graphic, intense.
They make you itch?
Yeah, I don't. Murder porn, man.
Explain to me murder porn.
I don't know. That one's just...
too much murder?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Shattered Glass in 2003, a critically acclaimed drama about journalistic fraud. Anyways, that's the cast. You have anything more to add? Okay. Now we have the director, James Wong. Now, what do you have on him?
He's known for co-writing episodes of The X-Files with his writing partner, Glenn Morgan. I'm coming to realize a lot of writers have writing partners.
Yeah, they're a duo.
Very interesting.
Successful ones do that.
Okay.
I mean, they're successful independents, but usually, like, we've been noticing...
they work in teams.
Pairs, yeah.
So he directed Final Destination and Final Destination 3.
Oh, fuck.
In the Final Destination film series, the one, I remember the one with Jet Li.
He directed that?
Yeah, where they travel different universes. I
love that movie. Yeah, and he's killing all
of him so he can absorb all the power.
I thought that movie was dope. You know what? That movie I think of now?
Huh?
I feel like that would be an Orlando movie. Did he really like that movie?
We watched it together at times. We had that on VHS and we just like watch it all the time. And it was this.
That just seems like it would be an Orlando movie.
Yeah, he's little. I'm gonna take you out.
That's hilarious.
And
I love it.
Just see him jumping universes. He also directed Dragon Ball
Jason
Evolution.
Statham was in that, wasn't it? Was he?
No, I don't think so.
Was it?
No,
maybe not.
I don't think so.
Exhibit? No.
He was born in Hong Kong and moved to U.S. when he was 10 years old to San Francisco. And originally he was going to school for engineering, and then he switched to film after watching Apocalypse Now. That's a pretty big change of careers. For filmography, like I said,
holy shit, he was part of he's a writer on X-Files from 93 to 2002, pretty much the whole life of that series
show. Yeah,
wow.
For television, he was involved with 21 Jump Street, The Comish, The X-Files, like you mentioned, Space Above and Beyond, Millennium, The Others, The Event, Rosemary's Baby. He was a writer for that.
Ooh, dude.
American Horror Story.
2012. Wong worked on the hit anthology series in a later season. In 2012, what one was it?
Which season that was?
Yeah. Is that the Psych Ward or the...
I don't know. Well, did it start in 2011? 2012. It was... It doesn't say.
Well, what's the picture look like?
It just shows the main picture of the first thing.
Oh, so maybe that's it. Maybe it did happen.
Here, seasons. Let's look at the seasons.
Man, I got you that nice fancy computer. If only it could produce the information we need.
Shut up, I'm going. I wish it had like a timeline of like, oh, this happened in this one. It must have been Asylum. Because Murder House was the first one.
That's what I thought. I think it is Asylum.
Asylum.
Anyways, listeners, if you know, let us know. Reach out.
And then Coven. Bom, 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 bom.
Okay.
Yeah, October 2012 to January 2013 was Asylum. That one was a good season too. Because Coven was 2013. And then the last thing I have is he directed something called 911. Is that a show? Yeah, that was a show.
He also did Dragon Ball Evolution, which Dragon Ball Z, this is an epic flop. And people's love of the anime did not like this movie.
You know who was obsessed with Dragon Ball Z? My uncles.
Your uncles?
Yes. Like Chicho that you've met?
Yeah. Wait, I haven't met Chicho.
You haven't?
I don't think so.
Well, Jose really liked it.
Yeah, I met Jose. What the hell? They liked it?
Chicho, and then the younger one.
They do not strike me as guys that would like that.
The one that's a year older than me, Moy. Right. And then, they were sit there and just watched the shit out of it. Orlando likes it too.
Really?
I watched it.
I never got into
TV,
it.
But it wasn't like my cup of tea.
I never got into it. I'm not saying it's bad. It's huge. I just huge. never got into it.
Your face, your uncles?
That's crazy.
Who would have known they liked anime?
Do we want to take a quick break? Or do you want to talk about the writer?
The writer...
Jeffrey Reddick?
Yeah.
Ooh, that was he was inspired of horror films, particularly Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, so I have that this was one of his first studio projects, The Final Destination. More recently, he has worked on 2 animated series for Netflix, including a spin-off.
He came up with the initial pitch for Final Destination. It was a spec script he wrote for the X-Files called Flight 180, which he later expanded into this film.
Oh, really?
Fascinating. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, The Night Sitter, The Final Wish, The Call, The Bellkeeper, Till Death Do Us Apart. And TV returned to Cabin by the Lake, Dante's Cove, A Tale Dark and Grim, and Samurai Rabbit, The Usagi Chronicles.
The Usagi Chronicles.
Yeah. Yeah, so I did see what you mentioned. It was written by him as a script for the X-Files. And I also saw there was inspiration from another movie, that had kind of the same storyline of a lady who skipped death and I was coming after her. Let's see. And then New Line Cinema bought the treatment and hired him to write the original draft for the script, which featured death as an unforeseen force. And again, like I mentioned, originally they were supposed to be adults, but because teenagers were successful after Scream, they rewrote them to be teenagers. The end.
Oh, hell yeah. You want to take a quick break?
Sure.
All right.
Adios.
All right, we are back. Holla, holla, holla. Anyways, what were you saying before we just started recording?
Fiesta en mis caderas.
Oh, fiesta en my chones. What?
Hips.
Oh.
And your hips don't lie.
I know.
And you're sexy and you know it.
Scott Horchata's hitting us hard.
Too hard.
Anyways, Final Destination, we're back. Do you have your plot? Now, I know you were a little bummed out about it. Did you kind of redeem yourself with this?
I don't know. You'll see.
Okay, let's hear it.
The story of Murphy's Law, where if anything can go wrong, it fucking will. Alex, on a trip to France with his classmates, starts tripping balls and gets clairvoyant abilities, as well as premonitions of death around him. He manages to freak out the flight enough to save some of his classmates while the rest go kaboom! In trying to return to quote-unquote normal, Alex becomes obsessed with Death's confusing-ass puzzle. It's a sign, and its tell patterns, and on top of that, desperate to save his remaining friends, he fucking lands on the FBI's most wanted list. Because what's more suspicious than always being spotted at death scenes, right? But Buddy has a tough lesson to learn, as apparently his parents didn't give him a rundown that eventually, no matter what, everybody dies unless you're pulling money moves and are using circumcision facials. The end. Mic drop. Say something, damn it.
You're right. That wasn't your real work. A little mess there.
That was a mess.
But okay, you try. I like it.
Wow.
I'll redeem us like I always do. Let's see. I'm kidding. Okay, here we go. What happens when death decides to play Rube Goldberg with your life? Teenager Alex Browning has a freaky premonition that the plane he's about to board will go full fireworks show midair. Naturally, dude freaks out, drags his friends out and some frenemies off the plane, and saves them all from a fiery end. But don't stop and pop the champagne just yet. Death's got receipts and isn't letting anyone skip the line to the afterlife. One by one, the survivors face outrageously elaborate and oddly specific demises, proving that even a stray spaghetti noodle can bring you down.
Stupid.
Cue a frantic game of who's next as Alex tries to outsmart an invisible force armed with an endless supply of banana peels and bad timing, whether it's slipping in the shower, dodging rogue buses, or avoiding oddly positioned kitchen knives. These kids quickly learn that you can't ghost death when it's sliding into your DMs with your body count.
Wow.
Final Destination is the ultimate reminder that fate doesn't need a hockey mask. It's got irony and it's lethal. Not bad?
It was beautiful. Sorry, the cat lost her toy.
You didn't like the end? Reminder that fate doesn't need a hockey mask. It's got irony and it's lethal.
It's a croc mask. But other than that, it's good.
I mean, wow.
It was good.
My shit rocks, man. I loved it.
You loved it.
And I tied it to the conversation we were having earlier.
You did. In fact, I feel like you cheated because you did all this research and then you put it in your plot and you gotta get a little gold star on your forehead. Are you done dancing?
Yeah. I just like when I do really good.
You're so dumb. One thing about the characters' names that I did not realize, apparently they were all named after
meanings. Yeah.
No, after horror directors.
Yeah, they're meanings, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. Go ahead. Do you have instances, examples?
No.
Okay.
I didn't write them down.
I didn't write them down either.
It was a lot. The only one that I thought was interesting was Todd with one D instead of two.
Well, and Billy Hitchcock was after Albert Hitchcock.
Todd with one D in German means death.
That's cool.
But they think that it was referencing Todd Browning, who made Freaks.
And what's coincidentally Alex Browning and Todd
Browning?
No, Todd something, but mix the names. I thought it was cool.
Nice.
Well, folks, instead of doing like a scene for scene, I kind of want to go through, I guess, some of the cool parts about it, right? Like that, the explosion, the premonition, the beginning of this movie, what's weird is it shows like demonic and evil
on those books.
Devil, yeah. But then when he's boarding the plane, he sees 666. But after that,
that's it.
Yeah, after that, it's done. There's no demonic. It doesn't hint that at all. It's just death at that point, right?
Yeah, all natural.
I thought that was weird. I think it was kind of, they were trying to do one thing and then they just kind of went away from it.
Just trying to scare people.
Which isn't a bad thing. I think they went the right direction. But I think initially they had thoughts of that. Because then they just stopped. They didn't add it to anything else. I thought that was a little weird.
That is weird.
But I do like that how everybody got freaked out and
can you imagine nowadays someone pulling something like that?
I bet that happens all the time.
People freaking out.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't get on. I'd be like, I'm getting off.
I'm driving.
Fuck this shit. But no, yeah, the plane exploding was pretty cool when it shatters the glass. That was awesome. And
that would be freaky to see though.
Yeah. I like how the kids, everybody like looked at him as like, not everybody, but the majority of people
that saw him freak out before
blamed him for the death, like that teacher did that survived.
She was so scared of him, and I don't know why.
She's like, you're a freak. Wherever you go, death follows. But other kids, but like Billy Hitchcock, Sean William Scott,
the future.
Yeah, he's just dumb and fucking wants to know.
He's like, can you tell me this? Am I going to do this?
Where Clear was like, hey, you saved my life. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Like, she understood a little bit, like.
Well, one thing she says is you saw it in your head, but she felt the emotions. So they were kind of connected in a way.
Yeah. She's like, I didn't see what you're seeing, but like I felt it.
They're freaky.
But then you have Carter and his girlfriend, which he's like, Carter, you don't hear too much of Terry, his girlfriend, but you hear more of Carter, like, I don't owe you shit for this.
He's just bad.
Yeah. But yeah, that kind of, I like it was an interesting take. And then just the deaths in general are pretty creative. What was they
do have a lot of creative deaths.
Yeah, and it right off the bat, it gets pretty, because that airplane scene when you see everybody fry, and then that intense scene where the wall gets ripped out and the chair flies out with the students.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was pretty extreme.
It was
intense to watch, man. And then the blood splattering, like it would happen, high pressure, makes your body explode. And then the flames, oh my God, it was like totally like Alex's face was getting just fucking lit up. That was intense.
It was.
I do like all over the place in the movie, they were dropping hints of, especially after the Tony Todd's deposition dump, you could see the clues everywhere. So obviously there's obvious ones. John Denver playing in the background, right?
Oh yeah.
But then you have numbers like the 925, his birthday, his leave time, 180 everywhere, 39. So 39 happened obviously, and then not so obvious. So like the number 39 was how many students died.
Okay.
And then how many days it took until the next scene.
For the memorial.
39 days. But then I noticed the teacher's house, her address was 39.
Oh.
So it all kind of was intertwined, and you kind of have this throughout the whole movie. Also, in the beginning of the movie, you have hints of what's happening because they show a book with the guillotine where it shows someone's head getting cut off.
Oh,
that's Billy, right? And then you see a hanging of a doll hanging. Todd. And God, I feel like there's a couple other ones that were pretty obvious.
At the beginning?
Yeah. So you had these hints that happening throughout the movie of pretty much the whole story, but you don't put it together unless, for me, I had the subtitles on. So I seen like music. Some of the bands were singing about the movie, stuff. Like 9 Inch Nails. It was giving you the exact story of what was happening. Yeah.
I did not catch that. I think, especially the first time, because I hadn't watched it in years. So it was all kind of fresh the first time going around.
Yeah.
And then one thing you pointed out is when that teacher dies, she has that tainted glass window
with the knife
on it, and then that's pointing to how she dies in real life. The one thing that I liked about this movie, and I feel like it's true when you were talking about the millennium, what did you call it, anxiety?
Yeah, millennial anxiety.
Yeah, it really fucking plays into that, because every scene, every character, like once you start getting the hint that they're all gonna die regardless, and they're playing out the scenes, and there's stupid little things happening, like water spilling and like spoon falling, for example, and just, random things. And it just keeps you, like I said, just on your toes, like, oh, which one is gonna be the cause of the death?
Right.
So it just makes you really fucking like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, but also some of it was kind of cheesy too. Like one in particular was the knives on the edge of the counter.
Oh, that's not realistic. Who puts
their whole knife thing there? One, and then you even pointed it out when she threw the towel on, and then she's trying to grab the towel after she's impaled in her neck and trying to stop the bleeding. She grabs the towel, but then magically that
entire box of knives.
The knife. What do you call that? Like the storage thing for the knives.
The box, yeah.
That thing has grip and it's heavy. It's not gonna, when you pull that towel off, it's not gonna pull that down. And it easily pulls it down. And then the knife does a fucking like 360 flip into her chest.
And even if you're trying to pull the knives, they don't just easily fall out because they're in their spaces. They're heavy. Like our knives, you need to like pull them out. If you just like touch it, it might like
it'll
pull
out
a little bit, but it's not going to come out.
And the thing is, at that distance, I feel like that box of knives, when you pull it down, guess what? They're not going to fall out of that thing.
No.
For the most part, it's going to fall on you altogether, and it's going to hurt, but you're not getting impaled.
Yeah, or they might just fall around her.
Yeah, but I get it. Death as the villain, it's going to do crazy shit. Like do a 360 flip into your chest. I totally understand. The story has to happen. It's supernatural. But, I mean, there are some quirks to this movie. Let's be real. There's that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or that scene in particular, that death, there's so much to it that I hated. Like the teacher dying.
Mm-hmm.
Not the fact that she's dead, right?
Okay.
The story has to go. She's got to die. But how it happens, she's all emotional wreck. Okay, cool. Well, she pours a drink, then throws the scalding hot water on the ground, pours it again with alcohol. Well, now somehow the coffee mug cracks. She doesn't know it's leaking profusely.
So much.
You'd be stepping on that.
Yeah, you can hear it dripping.
And so it leaves a trail, and then all of a sudden it's still dripping. It drips on the computer, and all of a sudden the computer blows up in flames right in her face, and a shard of glass goes in her neck. Come on, that is so stupid. I don't believe it. It would not happen. The computer would short out, but it would not
throw glass
burst
at
in
you.
Flames. Yeah, and then going to the kitchen, and now a fire ensues, and she's on the ground, and because the fire's following her from that alcohol drip.
Oh, yeah.
It just kind of that scene in particular, I hated. I don't know. I just didn't like that part. It was dumb. Every other scene, like one of my favorites is Terry getting hit. That might be my favorite.
With the bus?
Yeah, where those scenes, it's coming like, what's the Spanish movie we watched where the little boy got hit by a bus?
Oh, Aterrados?
Yeah. I don't know why. That show always gets me because I know it's coming because it shows it usually at a distance. And you know something's happening because you can't see both sides. They're just distracted and you're in the road. Whenever you're in the road, I think in any movie, I'm like, oh, fuck, here it comes. A car's going to come or a bus. And oh, man, this one fucking paid off really well with Terry exploding and the blood splatter goes all in their face.
That teacher who was already fucking terrorized trying to skip town.
Yeah.
And she's just like,
That was intense, dude. That was awesome.
So do you think that at this one, it was still death or it was Carter's fault? Because had he not turned the fucking car around to try to pick a fight with Alex and the teacher.
He had something to do with it, right? Because he has an attitude and he's a bully. But at the end, it's death, dude.
Death. Yeah. I think one of my favorite ones was Todd.
Being strangled?
Yeah, because the water, I thought, like, first I'm watching
Why was the water blue?
For sure, it's toilet water.
It's not toilet water. It's coming out of the wall. It hasn't hit the toilet yet.
Death is blue. So you can see it. Otherwise, it would be so clear. When he comes out, because I thought, it makes you feel like, it gives you anxiety that he's going to slip and fall and like hit his neck on like the sink, the tub, somewhere hit his head.
Right.
And it's just following him all over. And then you see him grab the razor and go to shave his neck and he nicks.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, he's going to slip and slice his throat.
The suspense of it, how it's going to happen. When you first see this movie, you don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And it does go a certain way where I didn't expect that, where it was going to wrap around his neck.
Strangle.
I didn't expect that death.
And the thing is, it's not definitive immediate death like some of the other ones.
Oh, he's struggling.
He's struggling, so it makes you think like, oh, is he gonna pull through and
he's struggling,
stabilize himself? And
it's
she remember her toy.
He's struggling, but he also is. It looks like Death's enjoying this. It's a game.
It's just taking a little too long in comparison to the other deaths.
Exactly. The other ones are quick.
Yeah.
Besides, what's her name? That horrible death scene.
Oh, the teacher.
And I'm sorry to keep going back to the teacher, but there's a part in that movie or that scene where now when she's holding her neck and then she sees like the flame or something and she's like, whoo, like
she screams.
You know what I'm talking about though? She like turns her head real quick. It looks stupid.
No.
You know,
I think it was quick.
Yeah, you don't remember it? I think you kind of do because I laughed at it every time.
Oh.
It's hilarious. It's cheesy.
Yeah, so they have this. The other thing that I thought it was interesting. So we go, 39 days forward after the plane crash, and then they have this mural that happened so fast.
Yeah.
For all the students, and that's like one of Alex's first outings, and people are just looking at him like a freak, or like he can tell the future, or a weirdo.
Oh, and like blaming him, like Todd's dad, blaming him for his son's death.
I don't know why they would blame him.
At least he saved one of your sons. Jesus Christ. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Like, he didn't have anything to do with the actual plane.
Exactly.
He just had a freak out moment, and his friend came down to help him, and the other one fucking didn't. So, now what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we see Todd, and then there was... Who else died right away? I think Terry, you mentioned, before they figure out that it was Death. How did you feel about Alex's character finding out that Death is, like you said, kind of like a monster, and there's a pattern, and it's chasing him, and it's gonna kill them, and he starts losing his mind for a little bit, because he's
wouldn't
like,
you though?
The pattern.
Wouldn't you? I would be going down that. I'm like, oh shit! If I do this, it's a chain reaction, and this, and this, and this. I would be going through that. I think it's pretty believable. I like Devon Sawa on this. He does a pretty good job of acting this out for a young actor. It's pretty good. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's believable for me.
Okay. How
about you? Those two over the top?
Not the acting. I just don't think that I would have been able to put it together that fast.
Well, when he puts it together too, it kind of lessens Billy's death. Did you notice that?
Oh, because he knew it was coming.
Well, he was spiraling. He's like, okay, it skipped Carter, so now this and this and this. But he doesn't even mourn Billy though. It's like, oh, they're like, you guys better get the fuck out of here.
Now you're next. He gets a little excited.
Exactly. Sorry, Billy. Like, fucking the dude just died. You literally were just riding in a car with this guy.
Yeah.
You went to high school with him. It looks like you probably grew up with this kid, and they don't even, he's an afterthought at that point.
Yeah, he was nicer to him than Carter.
Exactly. So it's like, fuck, dude, that character, you should have mourned a little bit. Jesus Christ. You just seen him get half his face fucking cut off.
Yeah.
Half his head.
Mm-hmm.
Which was crazy. I would have thought that scene would have been better, but the graphics weren't there. If the head got cut off, right? Still get cut off right there, but had the tongue flopping and the blood shooting out the top would have been fucking awesome. That would have been cool.
I think, yeah. Dark, man.
Dark? I'm just saying, I got that Tom Savini brain, dog.
You just like the gory, the graphic.
If you're going to do it, you might as well go over the top, right?
I guess.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know.
Don't hold back.
Don't hold back. Give it all the punches.
Hell yeah. Hey, we just watched a horrible C-section happen in the last movie, okay?
Oh my God. That movie was graphic.
It was. It was terrible. Terrible.
Terrible. It traumatized you.
But yeah, no, this movie, the pacing, you said it was a little slow, but I felt like this was a pretty quick movie.
Well, it's quick. To me, what feels slow is the story in between one kill and the next at times.
Yeah.
Like
where they gotta meet up, they gotta talk. Yeah.
Like, it makes sense to fill the story, but to me, like the scene where Alex escapes the cabin and he tries to, when he figures out that Claire is next and it wasn't him.
Yeah.
And he tries to go help her, like, he takes all this time. He paddles his way across the pond.
Okay, some of it was stupid. Like that, when he's trying to get away from the FBI, he's paddling across the water. They're like, okay, let's go around.
And they're like, no, Alex, wait. And then they get in the car and he beats them to the other side. Get the fuck out of here. He beats them, he gets out, and he stumbles, and he gets up, and he's still running. And
okay, the scene is pretty cool, though, when he does stumble and fall, and he almost gets impaled by that branch. I thought that was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, but there's a lot of running, and then the FBI like, oh, we lost him.
But it goes to show Death didn't want him to die. Because there's so many points it was fucking with him. So when he's in the cabin, when he thinks it's his turn, and he's up, Death's distracting him by doing that. He's like, you're going to kill me my tetanus. Clever.
I fucking got you.
Yeah, but it distracted him because it actually wanted clear at that point. But then he realizes it. He's like, oh, fuck. Actually, I was actually sitting here. So it's clear before me.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty cool twist to the movie.
He's like, oh no, I must save my non-lover.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I don't know, like, what was the point of Claire giving him away? She was hiding.
She felt bad for him that he needed help.
She probably thought that
he died maybe already.
Or that he needed, maybe they locked him up, then he wouldn't die.
So, because they do guilt her, like, he needs our help, blah, blah, blah. We can't help him if he's,
yeah,
whatever.
You must.
But at the same time, that's another part, though, is if he dies, how does she know? And how does she know to be on the lookout at this point?
Just drive up to her dad's old cabin and sniff around.
Yeah, but you don't know. Just like it happened where now the dog and the electricity and all that, I would then think, fucking Alex didn't make it. Now it's my turn. This crazy shit's happening right now.
Yeah. Oh, I guess. Yeah. If it's coming for you, then you can assume that he's out of the way.
Wouldn't you think you'd be better sticking together, at least in close proximity, so you could talk to each other, so you know you're still alive?
Yeah.
It'd be in your best interest.
But the FBI was
watching her
because they were looking for him. Because at that point, he left the teacher's house. Idiotically, he pulled a knife out of her chest, and then his footprints were all over.
And the fire caramelized it.
The blood. I was like, ooh, fancy science.
Yeah.
Does blood caramelize? I thought it just burnt.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah, so yeah, they're
some part of
watching him.
Yeah.
How do they I don't know. It seems a little unrealistic that he was able to lose them because it looks like they were watching them consistently.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie, and then all of a sudden,
well, you would think they'd follow because the three of them meet up to find Alex at one point, Carter, Billy, and Clear. And you'd think the FBI would be watching those three just in case they run into this guy or look for this guy, especially Clear. So it was like, well, some of this isn't adding up, but they don't. And she somehow finds him right away. I like when they go to the forest thing, and she's like, "You guys loop around. I'm just gonna walk out here," and she walks right through the bushes and finds him.
She's like, "Hello."
And then she gives us the story about her dad getting shot in the face.
Yeah, and how she doesn't have like parents or whatever, and
Alex is like, "Whoa, sucks to suck, dude."
Turn around.
Yeah. If he only had a fresh pack of smokes before he left, things would be different.
He would have never stopped. You know what the moral of the story is? Don't smoke. You'll be fine. You need to stop at the gas station. Yeah.
And you know another moral of the story is, it doesn't matter if there's babies and people with like disabilities on board. If death wants to kill you, they're going to kill you.
They're going to kill you. Oh yeah, there was a baby on the plane.
And disability.
Oh yeah.
It's not fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a nice touch to show you how dark this movie is.
Hey, at least the baby never realized what was happening. He was just gone.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. It was just like, I
think that was a lot of people
that didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
And they made it look like the explosion was quick.
Yeah. Oh, it was
when it
quick.
Actually happened.
Yeah. Well, I think during it probably feels a lot longer. It's probably scary as fuck.
Probably.
You know?
Yeah, I don't want to find out.
I don't either. That'd be a horrible death. Horrible.
So they do one of these tropes here where we never see a lot of their parents. You only see Alex's parents here and there, and then Todd's. Yeah. But Claire, like, even when the parents go and pick him up at the airport,
hers aren't even there.
They don't fucking show up.
Who's funding the trip to France for her?
Yeah. Because they're like, your guys' parents, and she's
she
just
lives
looking
in some
around.
Sort of shack.
She's looking around, and nobody shows up for her, and she's just like, oh.
But she lives in this big house alone. You're telling me I have to believe that a 17-year-old is living in this big-ass house?
Her mom's off with a husband. I don't know.
But that's fucking weird to me. And she's got the windows all boarded up. It looks like it's all dilapidated.
Really?
But it's huge.
It is a big house.
So I don't understand. That was unbelievable to me because it was furnished like a teenager lived in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not believable. That teenager isn't paying the property taxes.
No, and she can't support that big of a house. It was huge.
Yeah. Somehow, it looked like it was fully furnished. Like, I don't know. It was unbelievable.
Carter and Terry are a little bit more, because you never see them in their homes. You always see them out and about.
You do see Terry's parents. You don't see Carter's, I don't think.
Oh.
You do see them when they all show up to pick up their kids at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, briefly.
And then Todd's parents were there a little bit. His dad.
Yeah, pissed, just staring at Alex.
He's like, you took my other kid, and now you take the second one.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. It wasn't me.
Anyways, just to tie this up, we're getting that 2-hour mark. Do you like this movie?
Yeah, it's not my favorite of the franchise, I found out.
Really? What would be your favorite?
Whichever. I remember, I think the next one.
2? With the
forever.
log truck?
The one with the log truck. There was one, and I don't know if it's the same one. There's the scene with the dentist. And then the bridge. Where they're traveling from the school and they get stuck on this bridge, and this bridge breaks in the middle.
Yeah, I have 2 scenes in this franchise. This is my favorite movie, I think. I don't remember a lot of the movies, but I have distinct favorites of not necessarily this movie, but the franchise.
Okay.
One is the log truck. It's the scene to start it, right? For 2. But then I don't remember which one. It might be that one, or it might be 3, it might be 4. I don't know. But when they're in high school and the dude's working out, he's lifting weights, and all of a sudden the weights crush his head.
I remember that.
I love that scene, and I love the log truck. Those are my favorite. And then the kid, I think, gets hit by glass. And one of them, like the glass is falling.
I think so.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too.
I just remember the one that goes to get like LASIK eye surgery.
Yeah.
And it's just so much like there's so much anxiety happening and tension in that scene because the doctor steps away and they're doing this surgery and she's just there with her eyeball just peeled open and the machine is just fucking getting closer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, we're all gonna see her fucking eyeball just get stabbed.
Ugh.
But it doesn't. She does it from something stupid also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I don't remember that.
Like a fish tank or something dumb.
Jesus. So, in this movie, what was your favorite death?
My favorite death would have to be Todd.
Being strangled?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I think I just thought he was going to go, like, slip in the razor, but he didn't.
So, talking about it, mine is either Terry or Billy.
Okay. Billy's death was pretty epic, too.
Yeah, getting sliced. But Terry getting hit by that bus, man.
That made you happy?
I love those, yeah. I love those. What would you rate this movie?
Oh, I think I would rate it a 3.
3? Okay. I give this one a 3.8.
Damn, Gina.
I like it. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I like Devon Sawa. I like Ali Lauder. I like this movie. It was good.
Okay. If you had to be a character from this movie, who would you
Dude, I hate to say it, but I think I'd be Billy Hitchcock.
Really?
I'm an idiot. Or Devon Sawa.
Oh.
So I'd be either one of those.
Just spiraling?
Why? What do you think I'd be?
I don't know. You would probably be Devon. Just trying to figure out, like, spiraling.
My ADHD brain.
Yeah. Oh my God. Googling everything you could about death and how to get around it. You get into the zones and you're just like out of like focus, over focus.
Yeah.
I don't know who I would be. Claire.
You would?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. You go off feeling, huh?
Yep. Feeling, not just be like awkward.
Feelings over facts. Okay, cool.
She didn't do.
I know.
There was no one else.
Man, dude, is that liquor hitting you? You're getting tired? You got those tired eyes.
The tired eyes?
Yeah.
No. I'm good.
I am good. I'm strong like bull.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, so I give it a 3.8. You give it a 3.
Yeah.
Do we want to go to Vienna's review corner?
Why are we whispering?
I don't know. Is she going to do it tonight?
She said she did.
Okay. Do we want to take another quick...
This is the episode with the most breaks.
With a quick break?
Sure.
Okay. We will get it all ready, and you guys are going to hear Sweet Vienna Bananas Review Corner. We'll be right back.
Hi. Their alcohol stole my chair, so I'm standing.
Wow. Is this a riveting fucking entrance that you thought we were gonna get?
We're back.
Here, you can sit on the cold.
No, you can leave your... Huh. How much have you drank? Let me see. They drank the whole bottle.
What's up, dog?
No, there's some left.
There's like a quarter
for
of
another glass.
Like 3 sips?
No.
Yes.
Those would be really big sips, and I don't recommend doing that.
I know, because it's strong, right?
I like to party.
My name's Vienna, and I live in a house full of alcoholics.
Whatever. Ugh.
We never drink. Do you know how hard it's been to get Richard to have 1 sip of alcohol since we moved in?
They make me make drinks for them.
No, we fucking don't.
It's a dry house.
Kidding.
It is a dry house. Anyways, Biana, Camille's the review corner. You picked this movie, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
No.
Why not?
Because I watched it like 50 times before this.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, she watched it 50 times before this.
Tell us all about it.
I can't.
What? You've seen it 50 times?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
I don't have one.
Who's your favorite death?
I don't have one.
What do you have? What? This is riveting. What do you have?
Reviews.
Oh my god. Okay.
No.
What would you rate this movie?
A 3.
Give it a 3? Okay.
Maybe.
You love it and you only give it a 3?
I don't know.
Wow.
What do you know?
I don't know anything.
She don't know nothing.
You guys ask me things and then you're
corner,
surprised.
Baby.
Huh?
You guys ask me things and you're surprised when I don't know anything.
That should be your New Year's resolution.
To know
stuff. I'm kidding.
Add it to your list.
All those elaborate deaths, and then that one girl just gets hit by a bus.
Love it.
But Richard liked it.
That's my favorite. One of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone said, I am now afraid to do anything ever again.
I could see that.
Did you, when you first watched this, did you get like nervous after?
Yeah, I had a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah.
But it quickly faded away.
Yeah. How about you?
No.
No?
No. I'm only scared driving behind trucks with logs on the freeway. That's it.
That one was the worst one. I don't like the second one.
Makes you feel weird?
No, I just don't like it. It was bad. Yeah.
Oh.
Someone else said, y'all are trying too damn hard. I would have just killed myself.
Death wouldn't have let you. The gun would have jammed, or like the rope would have broke if you're trying to hang yourself.
Someone gave it 2.5 stars and said, if someone had any vision that the plane would have crashed, I would be the first one up to leave and without looking back.
Touche.
Would you have left?
Hell yeah. Somebody was like, Mama, I'd be like, actually, I don't need to go anywhere. I need to stay right here.
Would you have left, Richard?
The plane?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I thought you were going to say no. I don't know why.
Oh.
Someone gave it 3 stars and said, we're going down streaks.
We're going down streak?
Yeah, like death streaks.
Oh, I see.
Someone else said, I would want my final destination death to be something really crazy. Not like those sudden, shocking, oh no, she was hit by a train deaths. I want like lightning to strike an electric wire and it rips down and electrocutes a tree branch, so a branch breaks off and falls on a car, which causes the window to shatter, and the glass slices a bird who flies into me, so I fall backward and get hit by a car.
Touche, dude.
Damn.
Everything you think that's gonna go wrong, and then you fucking trip on a bird.
Someone gave it 2.5 stars and said, 2 guys pooping together. No judgment, no shame. Just normal, everyday besties things.
Hell yeah, man. Hashtag goals.
Someone else said, I think this movie really contributed to my generalized anxiety disorder when I watched it at age 11.
If you think about it,
that would have been me.
If you think about it, a lot of people have pooping buddies where they go to public restrooms and you just pee with and poop with other strangers at the same time. No biggie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Guys' stalls typically just have one toilet.
Oh.
And then a lot of peeing stalls.
Well, you
maybe
pee and
not.
you
I
poop
guess they're
with
all
someone
different.
else. Go on, Vienna. Sorry.
That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So some yays, some nays, some anxiety. I think everybody has anxiety after this movies.
Yeah.
And you didn't have a favorite death of this movie? Damn. Is it because you don't want to be judged, or you just flat out don't have one?
No, I don't have one. They were all good.
Okay.
Which one was your least favorite?
I said they're all good.
I don't think she's watched this recently.
I don't think she's seen it.
What's one death that happened?
Judgy much. She falls into the car.
Who?
That was on the review. Pick a different one.
I don't know. The tanning beds? That one?
That was not
Whoa. Okay, guys, you got to walk back that 3. It's okay. It's
Whatever.
okay.
I think the tanning beds was 2 or 3.
Yeah.
No, it was a 3rd. It wasn't in 2 because 2 sucked.
No, I'm saying we got to walk this back because you haven't seen this first one. You gave it a 3, but you can't trust the 3 rating.
Okay,
No, I remember.
What's another death then?
I don't know.
That
You
did
guys
happen.
are making me like contemplate my entire life now.
Why?
Because we're asking about what deaths took place.
I just remembered it was good, okay?
Okay. The critic reviews.
Yeah.
IMDb 6.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes 36% and Metacritic 39%. So not very good.
Really?
Not even, yeah, they're all in the 30s or under, except for IMDb 6.7. But just kind of meh. I did see initially didn't get very good reviews, but eventually it found its footing because there's like 6 of them now.
That's crazy because I remember when it first came out, it was nuts. But I guess I watched it like, I didn't see it in the theaters. I seen that at home. But I felt like, whoa, this movie's intense. We loved the movie growing up.
And they're making a new one called Bloodlines or something like that.
That'll be cool. Are you going to watch it? Is it going to be one of the, like a streaming thing, I wonder? Is it going to come out in theaters?
I don't know. I think it's in post-production or some banana. So I don't know. Next year we might have it or the following year.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Looking at this. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So it didn't get really good reviews. It was shitty.
Initially, yeah.
Vienna doesn't know about the movie. And then you give it a pretty good response. I give it a good response. So overall, we're going to be the definitive choice. So it was a good movie.
Cool. Thumbs up.
What movie are we covering next?
La Casa al Fin de los Tiempos.
What's that mean?
The House at the End of Times.
Ooh.
It's streaming on Peacock if you guys want to catch it.
Now, is this a pretty good one? I have nothing about this movie.
I have never seen it. From the little bit that I was looking on the plot, it's a lady who was accused of killing someone in her house, her kids or something. She goes away.
Now she haunts it.
And then she comes back to the house and the ghosts of the past haunt her, I think. It's what I got from the plot in the trailer.
Sounds pretty good. And it's Spanish?
Yeah, they said it's Venezuela's best horror movie. It has like an 86% rating somewhere.
And it's on Peacock, huh?
It's on Peacock.
Caca. Okay, well, do we have anything else?
I think that's it.
Hot damn. I think this went pretty good. This is a pretty good episode.
Hot damn.
How do you feel about it? Just initial response.
It was amazing.
Amazeballs.
We talked about death a lot. Sorry, guys.
Hey, Vienna.
Oh, now I remember this thing.
Hey, Vienna.
What do you want?
You know, I don't want to die alone. That's why I went to go be a pilot.
Oh.
Did you get it?
Yeah. It's not funny.
And then you check.
Like, it didn't make me laugh. Not that it's a bad joke. It's funny, but like, it's not that good. I've heard it before.
That's clever.
I think you said it like twice before this already.
Richard's like, hey, guys. I learned a new joke. I just want to share it with the world.
I love it.
Dumb.
Well, all right. Well, let's wrap it up, I guess.
Hasta luego,
alcoholics.
Thanks for listening to Horror Cinema Obsession. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If so, help spread the word by leaving a rating and review wherever you listen to podcasts. And join us next time for another episode of Horror Cinema Obsession.